Good afternoon, class. Donnie Smith weighing in on scenario 2, which is Mr. Sam Collins been asked to create an online class that he's been teaching for 6 years. His delivery style has been well received by the students and the administrators, and it's asking what elements of the class structure does he need to include when preparing for the class at a distance. I think Chapter 6 of the Simonson text really does a great job of talking about this topic. I think it's most importantly to understand whether the class is going to be asynchronous, hybrid, or blended. Hybrid or blended would definitely give you more options because you could do the learning and the reading and research at a distance, but then you can bring the class in for a lab format to actually learn the real science, tangible things. But either way, it needs to start off with a course management system, or what we call a CMS. It needs to be easy to use resource system, and you really need to find what works best. And that comes back to technology requirements, where you really need to assess honestly your own and your learner's current and potential technology resources. This is vital when setting up your CMS, but what it can do is also provide structure, resources, testing, gradebook, and communication setup for your students. Preparations are basically the same, whether it's synchronous or asynchronous. You really need to know the content, delivery, engagement, understanding your audience, planning, and assessing the knowledge of the learners in the class. But you want to make sure you create a sense of community that is synchronous student feels in a classroom setting. You need to know your audience and give a balanced delivery, whether it's audios, videos, pictures, links, research, or reading itself. The sources need to be reliable and content to meet the class and the goals, and make sure that they're compliant with copyright and intellectual property of the resources. The class needs to have a rigor in terms of many administrators have expressed a concern that classes taught at a distance do not have the same standard of the on-ground classes. So you need to overcome that barrier and convince people of it. And lastly, you need to make sure you have a great IT team that supports you, can problem solve the management system from both the instructional end and also the learner end. And lastly, accreditation support. So I hope this explains Mr. Sam Collins' background. Take care.